Have you ever stared at a tiny living room corner and wondered whether a bench could actually fit there, or if the whole idea of a folding dumbbell station is just another gimmick? Maybe you've tried to squeeze a full-body workout into a cramped apartment or a backyard shed, and every piece of equipment you've bought either collapses under weight or ends up taking more space than you have. The question I keep hearing is, who really benefits from a folding dumbbell stool bench combo, who should just stick with a simple floor mat, and does the price justify the convenience for the average home gym enthusiast? Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've spent the last few weeks setting up a makeshift gym in a one-bedroom apartment, swapping out a bulky old bench for a new piece I found on a recommendation list, and I'm going to walk you through what that experience looked like from unpacking to the first set of representatives. My goal isn't to read you a specs sheet, there's a lot of that out there already, but to give you a grounded sense of what you'll actually feel when you sit down, lift, and fold the thing away again. First off, the PUCNHZYNW folding dumbbell stool is marketed as an all-in-one bench that can double as a stool, a weight bench, and even a makeshift bench press platform. The biggest draw for anyone living in a tight space is its foldability. The whole unit collapses down to about the size of a large backpack, with the backrest and seat folding flat against each other and a drawstring that cinches everything together. In practice, that means you can store it under a bed, in a closet, or even slide it into a garage shelf without blocking the pathway. For me, that was the first win. I could tuck it away after a quick 20-minute session and still have room to move around my living room. But the convenience of folding also introduces a trade-off. The frame is made from steel tubing that is painted with a matte finish. It feels sturdy when you first set it up, but the thinness of the tubing becomes noticeable once you start loading plates on one side. In a typical home gym scenario, say you're doing a set of 12 dumbbell rows with 30-pound plates, the bench stays stable, but you do feel a slight wobble if you shift your weight abruptly. That's a signal that the bench isn't meant for maximal loads or heavy barbell work. If you're someone who regularly benches 200 pounds or does heavy deadlifts, you'll likely want a more robust, non-folding platform. Now, who should actually consider buying this? If you're a casual lifter who does 3 to 4 sessions a week, focusing on bodyweight movements, dumbbell circuits, or light resistance training, this bench hits the sweet spot. It works great for incline push-ups, seated overhead presses, and even step-ups using the top of the frame as a low platform. I tested it with a mix of 10-pound and 25-pound dumbbells for bicep curls and found the seat height adjustable enough to keep my elbows at a comfortable angle. The drawstring mechanism also makes it easy to lock the legs in place, so you don't have to worry about the bench unfolding mid-rep. On the other hand, skip this if you're an advanced lifter who needs a dedicated bench for heavy barbell work, or if you plan on doing high-intensity interval training that involves a lot of rapid movement across equipment. The foldable design means the legs are held together by tension rather than a solid lock, which can feel a bit uneasy when you're moving quickly. I tried swapping from a squat to a quick jump over the bench, and the legs gave a subtle creak as the drawstring adjusted. Not a deal breaker for a light workout, but something to be aware of if you rely on the bench for dynamic exercises. One practical strength that often goes unnoticed until you actually use the thing is the integrated storage strap that comes with the set. It's a simple nylon loop that you can slide over the ends of the folded bench, allowing you to hang a pair of 5-pound dumbbells right on the side. This keeps your dumbbells from rolling around on the floor and makes the whole package feel more like a single, tidy unit. In my apartment, that meant I could keep the dumbbells tucked under the couch leg, freeing up floor space for yoga or stretching. The weaknesses, however, are not just about load capacity. The bench's backrest, while padded, uses a thin layer of foam that compresses quickly after a few weeks of regular use. If you sit for more than a few minutes, the cushion becomes noticeably softer, which can affect comfort during longer sessions like planks or seated core work. I found that adding a thin yoga mat on top restores some of that support, but at that point you're adding an extra piece to a system that promises all-in-one simplicity. Another detail that could trip up first-time owners is the assembly. The bench arrives in 3 main components: the frame, the backrest cushion, and the drawstring. Most